guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda and this is my February TBR. So I really don't know what the heck I want to read this month, but I do know that it's Black History Month and Blackathon is going on, so I kind of want to participate in that a little bit loosely. And then also Contemporary-thon is happening, so I kind of want to loosely participate in that as well, just because I ran out of time. I didn't make TBRs and I don't really know what I want to read, so this is going to be a very loose TBR. I'm hoping some of these things fit for some of the challenges for either of those readathons because I adore the hosts of both of them and I want to show my support to everyone. So let's talk about what I'm currently reading first. I'm currently reading On the Rocks by Candy Steiner. This one follows Noah Brecker, who is one of four brothers, I think. One of four brothers who live in this small town in Tennessee who work at whose family's legacy is to work for this whiskey distillery. And they each do different roles there. Their dad worked there. He has since passed, but they're like carrying on his legacy by working there as well. Even though they don't have any interest in the business, they don't own it. They just are working there because it's the family legacy. And then we have our female character whose name is Ruby Grace, and she's 19 years old. She comes from a wealthy family. Her dad is the mayor of the town, I believe, or the governor. No, he's the mayor. And she is engaged to be married to her college sweetheart who is on the path to become a senator. And her and Noah know each other from a long time ago. Noah's almost 30. Like I said, she's 19, and her life seems to be kind of spiraling out of control, and she's feeling a certain way about that. So Noah comes in to save the day. They're friends, and then obviously things are gonna happen, right? It's a romance. I don't know what I think about it yet. I have some thoughts, but I'm gonna save those for my wrap up. And I'm not done with it yet. I'm only 150 pages, but I will tell you, I'm not loving it as much as I loved Love Letter to Whiskey, so hopefully things change, but right now I'm kind of I don't know yet. The other book that I'm currently reading is The Wives by Taryn Fisher. I actually have an e-copy of it from NetGalley. This book came out December 1st, I think, so I'm a little behind on my reviews, but I finally decided to pick it up because it's a domestic thriller, and I am all over those right now. Give me all of your recs because I just want to read those and only those. And I'm really enjoying it. This follows a woman whose name I don't know, honestly. It's told from her point of view, and I don't think we ever get her name, or if they do say her name, it's not very often, but she is married to a polygamist, and you find that out in the first few pages of the book. But this man has they're married, and then he has two other wives as well, but they don't know anything about each other, and they're kept completely separate, and they just don't ask, and they share days of the week. I think she gets them 1 or 2 times a week, and that's it. And they live in opposite cities. She lives in Seattle, he lives in Portland, and yeah, so that's all I'm gonna say about that. But this is my first Taryn Fisher, and it's not disappointing. I will tell you that I really am liking it a lot. The next book that I want to get to this month is My Sister the Serial Killer. This is by Onyankani Braithwaite. Sorry, I had to look up how to say it, and I'm still messing it up. But this is very short. I believe it's a horror, and I also saw something about possibly becoming a movie. It says it's dark and comedic, and basically what I know about this is that a woman gets a call from her sister saying that she just murdered a man who is not a good man, and she needs her help burying the body. So her sister goes and helps her, and then things go from there. And I believe that her sister just continues to kill horrible men, so kind of like a Dexter-esque feeling. I don't know. People have said it's really weird, but I'm here for it. I'm really excited to read it. I've had it on my shelf. I think I bought it right after it came out, and I have not read it. So it's actually a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be, but yeah, so it shouldn't take me long to get through it, and I'm just really excited to read it. Plus, it's Black History Month, and I'm also hoping that this will fit one of the challenges for a Blackathon. Hope so. That's my hope with that one. The next thing that I'd like to get to this month is An American Marriage. This is by Tayari Jones. I've had this on my shelf for a very long time. I almost got it when it was a pick on Book of the Month, but I never ended up picking it up. So this is about what you would think it's about. It follows Roy and Celestial, who are newlyweds, and when they go back to visit his hometown in Louisiana, he is arrested and then convicted of a crime and sentenced to prison for 12 years. And Celestial is a very independent woman, and she's finding it hard to stay faithful to her husband and, you know, be there for him when he gets out of prison. And, you know, I think it's about that. I mean, it's about her trying to navigate her just losing her newly married, you know, her husband. She just married him, and then he ends up in prison. And 12 years is not a short amount of time. That's a long time to be without someone, especially someone that you just started to build your life with. So, yeah, I'm very excited. I've heard very great things about this. And again, I'm hoping that I can find somewhere that this will fit for Blackathon, because we have another woman of color author. Next book that I randomly picked off my shelves is Sula by Toni Morrison. I've had this on my shelf for a while, and I was just looking for things, and I'm like, you know what, let me try to read this one. I've never read anything by Toni Morrison. I believe that people normally read The Bluest Eye. I believe that's by Toni Morrison, and they really enjoy it. So I thought, you know what, I have a Toni Morrison on my shelf, and I figured Black History Month is a great time to finally read it, so I decided to do that. This follows, it's a story of two girls that are friends. They become friends at a very young age, and they grow up together. One becomes a pillar of the Black community, and the other is a pariah, and something horrible happens, and it's basically, can their friendship stand the test of time? And that's all I need to know. That sounds amazing, and I mean, she's won Nobel Peace Prizes, so I'm sure that I'm going to thoroughly enjoy it. And then the final book that I have on my TBR, it doesn't mean it's going to be the final thing that I read, but the final book that I'm putting on my TBR is I See You by Claire McIntosh. I picked this up last month. I read maybe like 30 pages or so, and then I ended up putting it down, but I really liked what I was reading. So if you guys don't know, I Let You Go, which is up here, is one of my favorite books. Like, I loved it so much, and I haven't read anything else by her yet. So I decided to pick this one up, and in the first 20 pages you learn that you're following two women, one of which is on her way home from work. She's commuting, and she's reading the paper or looking at a news article on her phone or something of the sort, and she comes across like a sex ad, like someone selling sex, I believe, and in the picture it's like grainy, and it's her. She can clearly tell it's her. She's like a middle-aged woman. She's like, what the hell is going on? And then that's as far as I got. Then the other woman is a young woman, and it sounds like her life is kind of falling apart, and she like shares a flat with 3 other people. She doesn't have any money, and she's a bounty hunter. So, like, that's pretty cool. And I don't know how they're going to intertwine, but I know from reading, you know, I Let You Go, that things are just going to get really muddy and, like, really twisted, and I'm just here for it. I'm really excited about it. So, those are all the things that I have on my TBR at the moment. I'm hoping that I can get through all of them, and if so, then I'm going to go ahead and add some other things on. I will tell you guys that I have been in such a, like, thriller kick lately, but I'm noticing that most of the thrillers I read are by either white men or white women. So I need some recs. So I would love for you guys to help me out. I need some recs of some thrillers by some women of color or people of color in general. I mean, I love reading thrillers by women. I normally read thrillers by women, so I would really love some women of color thriller recs if you have them. But I'll take anyone of color thriller recs, because I've just noticed that everything I read I love, but they're always white women or men, so I need to diversify my reading in that regard, especially if I'm going to continue down this mystery thriller path that I'm on, because I don't want to just read from, you know, my own experiences. So those are the things I want to read. Put those recs down below for me. Leave me some kind of emoji down below if you don't want to comment. Just let me know that you enjoyed this video. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Goodreads, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.